Hi everyone, welcome to Sculpt with Sid. My name is Sydney, as you know, but this is my friend Sarah. We've been friends for a long time. We actually became friends because of the gym. We used to go to Western together and we would hit the gym. And now we're both Pilates teachers, so she's gonna have some cameos in some of my videos. Today we're gonna use a ball and weights, but as you can see, Sarah doesn't have a ball, so if you don't have this prop at home, you can take a peek at what she's doing and she'll show you some modifications that don't use that prop. And that's all. Let's get started. We're gonna get started seated, so just find a comfortable seated position. Once you're there, take a big inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, side bend over to the right. Inhale back through center. Switch sides over to the left. Good, let's do one more each side. Just waking up through your breath and your spine. Good, inhale center, exhale left. Good, inhale through center, pause, and just bring your hands to your shins in front of you. You can kind of hook your hands on your shins. All we're gonna do here is tuck the chin around the spine and just give your head a little wag side to side, stretching out the back of the neck, in between the shoulder blades. If there's any other stretches you wanna do here, go for it. Just one breath. And then let's come on up, find all fours. So you can just turn to the side, come onto hands and knees. Beautiful. Once you're there, let's do one cat-cow. On an inhale, drop your belly, lift your gaze. On an exhale, round your spine, tuck your chin. Good. Inhale, find a neutral spine. So right in between those two shapes. Start to brace through your core. We're gonna tuck the toes, lift your knees 2 inches off your mat and just hover. Yes, so good. Find a long spine here and start to think about breathing in and then exhaling to squeeze your core. One more breath like that. Good, gently drop your knees back down. Repeat that whole thing. So one cat-cow, inhale, drop your belly, lift your gaze. Exhale, round your spine, tuck your chin. Inhale, find a neutral spine. Yes, really good. Tuck your toes, lift your knees 2 inches off. Hold there just for a breath this time, then we'll add on some movement. So the next time you inhale, knees are gonna come to the right, hips are gonna come to the left. So like a little twist. Yeah, and then switch sides, knees to the other side. Good. Keep going like that, side to side, waking up through your obliques. Yes, good. Continue to think belly button pulls up in towards spine so your low back doesn't arch. Let's do one more each side. Good, and then drop your knees for a second. Beautiful. Point your toes, and then let's just shake out the wrists. You kind of sit your hips back, give your wrists a little release. Are you feeling, Sarah? You warm? Okay, awesome. All right, we're gonna come to a full plank. If you'd rather come onto your elbows, you can. But you can come onto hands and toes. Lift your knees if you'd like, and just pause. Good, we're gonna walk in and out, start to wake up the backs of the legs, stretch them out a bit. So walk your hands back towards your feet until you're in a forward fold at the back of your mat. Roll yourself up to stand. Good, take an inhale at the top, reach your hands to the ceiling. Exhale, fold forward. Good, we're just gonna do that a few times. You can walk yourself back out to your plank, pause, find length, and then walk yourself back in. Yes, beautiful. Roll yourself up. Good, inhale. Exhale, fold. We'll come back to your plank and then hold it this time. Good, once you're here, push both palms down, spread your shoulder blades out, lift through your core. Good, you're gonna float your right leg up and then bring your right knee in towards your nose. Right foot's gonna replace right hand. So take a big step forward, right hand up to the ceiling, find a nice big twist in your lunge. Good, big inhale here. Exhale back into your plank. Right foot steps back. Good, let's switch sides. Left knee in towards nose. Replace your hand with your foot. Left hand to the sky. Good, bring it out. All right, legs are gonna stay in your lunge this time, so just bring your left hand back to the floor. You can bend your back knee a bit, so you got some stability. Good, let's come all the way up into your lunge, hands to the ceiling. Yes, good. Nice and slow, we're gonna straighten both legs, and then bring your arms down by your sides. Ooh, good. A little wobbly today. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. You really never know how you're gonna feel until you actually start moving on your mat. That's what this longer warm-up today is about, getting used to how your body's feeling. Good, let's just do one more. Really nice, come to the bottom, hold. Hands can come down to heart center. We're just gonna do a few heel lifts of the front foot. So dig into your toes, see if you can lift your front heel up, and then gently put it back down. Good, just 3 more like that. Legs are awake by now. Ooh, one more. Good, press into that heel, step your right foot forward. So you're in a little chair at the top of your mat just to switch sides. Left foot steps back. Find your lunge, bend your back knee, good, hands to the ceiling. Inhale, drop. Exhale, lift. Good, 3 more like that. Finding your balance on side 2. Sometimes it feels better, sometimes it feels worse. Just use that calm breath to get used to how your body is feeling. 1 more lower and lift. Good, come all the way to the bottom, hold. Hands come to heart center. Or heel lifts, lift the front heel, gently put it back down. Good, for 3. 2. And 1. We're gonna step back into that little chair, so rock your weight forward. This time we'll hold, sweep your arms forward, send your bum back. Yes, good. Last hold of our warm-up. I want you to check in with your breath. Probably a little shorter. Can you make it longer, bigger? For 3, 2, take an inhale on 1, exhale, forward fold. And shake it out here for a moment. Feeling warm, Sarah? Good, awesome. All right, take a big breath in at the bottom of your fold. On your exhale, slowly roll up to stand. Give yourself a little wiggle, any last stretches at the top that you need, and then let's get into some lower body burn. So you're gonna step into a big plie position, so you can turn to face the wide edge of your mat. Toes turn out, yes, good. Hips sink nice and low, and hands can come to heart or hips, whatever feels okay. We're just gonna lower on an inhale. Exhale, stand tall, you can push your hands back. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift. Good, we're gonna move nice and slow for a bit. If you've been taking my classes, you know that's my favorite thing to do. Doesn't mean it's easier, just means you get to spend a little bit more time paying attention to the work you're doing. Do more like this. Good, we're gonna lower and hold. So come to the bottom of your plie, just hold. We're gonna lift up 1 inch and drop. So let's lift up and drop. Good, up and drop, awesome. Right here, you'll feel your quads start to really fire up. And that is good, but let the backside of your legs help you. So push your heels down, squeeze your bum, and then push the thighs back. Good, and I love having Sarah here. I can hear her breathing. Don't forget to breathe. I'm like a broken record with breath cues. But honestly, no matter how long you've been working out, we always hold our breath when we're tired. Got 4, 3, and then we'll move big again a little faster, 2, and 1. Let's move big, stand up and drop. Good, up and drop. Whew. At any point when we're turned out like this, if your knees start to bug you, you're probably a little too turned out. So you can always shorten your stance, and then you don't have to turn your toes out as much. 4 more. Enjoy these lifts. We're gonna hold for a bit. In 2, and 1, come to the bottom, hold. All right, we're gonna do some pivots side to side, and I want you to try to keep your head low wherever it is right now. Let's lift your left heel up. Oh my God, I'm shaking already. You're gonna pivot to the right, drop your left knee, so you're in a lunge now facing the right side of your mat. Yes, good. We're coming straight back into that plie. Rotate back to face the front. Good, switch sides, right heel lifts, right knee drops, pivot to the left. Stay low. All right, let's add some arms. When you're in your lunge, arms overhead. When you're in your plie, arms to the side. Oh my God. Come back to the right, lift your left heel, pivot. Good, back to your plie. Slow breath helps here. I know, because it is such a burner for the quads. 1 more time each side. And then there's release coming. Whew. Okay, turn to your left and then hold. We're gonna pause, come all the way up into a march. Hands can sweep back, right knee marches. We'll do that a few times, it'll feel nice. Inhale, step back, lunge. Exhale, stand tall. Whew. 2 more. Good, the next time you come into your lunge, we're gonna hold, we're gonna pulse. Hands can come to heart, just a little pulse up and down. If your back knee starts to bug you, just lean forward for these pulses and do what you can to soften shoulders, neck. Stay strong through your core and stay low on your legs for 8. How we doing? I know, I'm trying to act cool, but I'm dying. Last 3, 2, we're gonna stay low. Try to stay low to switch to the other side. Pivot back through your plie and then to lunge to the right. Good, that release is coming, hands to the ceiling. Inhale, exhale, find your march. Ooh, left knee, everything gets to straighten, feels so good. Step it back, lunge. Good, 2 more like that. A nice little balance moment to release. Still working the core. Good, the next time you come into your lunge, hold. Hands come to heart, find that place you can pulse, and then little lift, little lower. Notice where your mind goes when things get tough. Can you be nice to yourself and just breathe? You know it's gonna be over soon. And it'll feel so good when it is. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, just stand tall. Shake it out, so good. All right, give yourself a moment, and then we're gonna grab your ball if you have your ball. Sarah will show you this one without the prop. So if you have it, it's coming in between your inner thighs. Let's face the short edge of the mat again. And you're just gonna sit into a little chair shape. So find a squat, send your bum back like you're sitting in a chair, and just hold for a second. If you do have the ball, squeeze it in, inner thighs are gonna light up. If you don't, no problem, just keep sinking your bum back. We're gonna come up only halfway, so you don't actually get to straighten your legs here. You're just gonna dig into the heels, exhale, lift halfway. Inhale, come all the way back down. Good, exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Yes, so good. You can see here that Sarah's knees are not moving. It's everything's happening in the hips. They're reaching back. That's why I like to call this a chair instead of a squat, so you can really think about sending your bum back like you're sitting down. Good. If you've got the ball with me, keep squeezing it. We have 3. So good, 2. We're gonna hold at the bottom of this one. All right, if you have the ball, I want you to pulse in. If you don't have the ball, I want you to pulse up and down. All right, so Sarah's gonna pulse up and down. I'm gonna pulse in. Do what you need to do at home. While you're here moving nice and small, it's time to check in with a bunch of stuff. Can you keep your heels really glued to the mat? Maybe toes are light, give them a wiggle. That'll help you send your bum further back. Yeah, and then notice if your rib cage wants to flare, contain through the core, protect your back. Yes, neck long. And most important, breath big. We're almost there. We have 8, 7. This is my favorite Dua Lipa remix. There's a big Dua fan too. This is for 3. We hold on 1, just hold. You're gonna lift your heels up and just stay. This is your last hold here. We're not in this one for as long as that first flow. So do what you can. If you've got the ball, squeeze it. If not, just send your bum further back. For 4, 3, 2, 1, stand tall. Shake it out, ditch the ball if you had it. Have a sip of water. We'll grab our weights next. All right, so grab your weights if you have them. Sarah's got 3 pounds, I've got 5. Anything light, works for my classes, but you could also do no weights today. And then let's find a nice squat position. Feet can be wider than hips, whatever feels good. We're gonna do a ski jump, but Sarah's got some shoulder things going on, so she's gonna show you some mods. So we'll start in a squat, hands wrapped at your shoulders. You're gonna hinge forward, find a tricep kick back down here, so arms extend back. You're gonna curl in while you're still in your squat, and then all at once, either overhead press or reach your hands out in front of you, whatever feels best. All right, let's do one more slow. So everything bends, tricep kick back at the bottom, curl in at the bottom, and then everything lengthens together. Good. You can move a little bit faster if you want. We're gonna move back and in, up and in. Good. So depending on how heavy your weights are, doing Sarah's option of punching forward might actually start to feel like a lot more shoulder work than you signed up for. So a good alt to that is to keep your elbows bent and just stop them at shoulder height. I always end up doing this when my neck starts to feel grippy. As always in my classes, feel free to do whatever you need to at home to make this feel good in your body. We got 4 more. Yes, neck long, shoulders down. 2. Good, 1 more full one, and then we'll just do a half. All right, so come all the way up to that stand, and then just hold. You can heel toe your feet in so they're underneath your hips. Good, so from overhead, you're gonna roll 1 elbow down and then reach up. If you're doing that with arms in front, you can follow Sarah. All right, if you're balanced, let's add a march. So same arm as leg is gonna lift. Good, so if your balance is not with you today, but you still want that little weight transfer, just lift a heel. Up to you. Ooh, and we're not in this for too long. Imagine you're on your back doing like bicycle crunches. Core is so strong here. And your breath is kind of however you need it to be. Maybe you want to exhale when everything bends, because that's like your crunch, or exhale as you press, because the shoulders are tired. But we only have 4 more. 4 more each side. I should have said 3. I know. 2. I'm right there with you. I want to put these weights down. This is our last one. Last side. And then release. All right, give everything a little wiggle. Okay, we're gonna come into a curtsy lunge. So let's turn to face the short edge of your mat. And then maybe come closer to the right side of your mat. Left foot's gonna stay where it is. Right foot crosses behind, so you're in your curtsy. Then both knees down and shoulders soften. Good. All right. So for this one, we're gonna hug a beach ball in front of you, or a tree. Sometimes it's called hug a tree in Pilates. You're gonna straighten both legs and then open your arms to the side. Good. Squeeze it back in. This is a good balance challenge one. If you're not in the mood for that today, come into a regular lunge. You definitely don't have to be crossed to feel any sort of benefits here. Yes, good. And then if you don't like having thumbs to the ceiling, you can flip your palms to face the ceiling here. Whatever feels best for your shoulders. Ooh, I never do this with 5 pounds. It feels really heavy. We have 2 more and then we're gonna do some twists. Last 2. Hold at the bottom of this last one. You can cross your weights, bring them to your chest. Legs are just gonna stay low. We're just gonna twist to the left. So rotate towards your left side and then unwind. A little bit of oblique work here. Exhale, twist. Inhale, unwind. Good. Keeping your legs nice and steady. You'll feel this. And if you want to continue your shoulder and chest work, hands are just gonna come further away from you. Oh, but like I said, these 5 pounds, they're tough. Just 2 more. The last one, and then we get to stand up. Good. Stand tall. Shake out your legs. We're gonna do a curtsy on the other side or your regular lunge. Either way, right foot's forward, left foot is back. And then arms are gonna be a little different this time. All right, so they're gonna start by your sides, palms can face forward, and you're just gonna do a lateral raise. So arms just lift straight to the side, and then squeeze back in. Good, just like that. Legs are gonna stay nice and still. Find your balance, your breath. Yeah, then same thing. If you don't like thumbs to the ceiling, you can do palms to the ceiling, or you can do palms to the floor. Ooh. Few more. Can you come a little lower in the legs? Yes. For 3. Then we'll do those twists. 2. The last one, make it count. Nice and slow on the way down. Yes, good. Hands to heart. All right, let's twist it out. Rotate to your right. And then unwind. Good. Keep going like that. You can move with the pace of your breath. And if balance is bugging you today, maybe don't shift your gaze. You can keep your gaze steady on the floor or something in front of you. Last 2. For this last one, can you bend your knees a little more? Yes, and then stand tall. So good. Shake it out. All right, we're gonna place our weights down. Do a little flush out. All right, so you can place your weights down. We're gonna come all the way to your mat. So just come to the top. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, let's fold. You can hang out here for a little longer if you want, maybe bending the knees, shaking out your head. Whenever you are ready, just bend at the knees until your bum comes down. Find a seat. All right, so for my friends that do have the ball, you're gonna bring it back in between your inner thighs. If you don't, I just want you to squeeze your legs together. We're gonna do some rollbacks. I find it helpful to have the legs together. You can have them wide if that feels better though. Sit up nice and tall. Let's reach the arms forward. If you've got the ball, squeeze it. On your inhale, you're slowly gonna roll off your tailbone, round your low back. You can come halfway back or all the way. I'm gonna stop halfway. And then exhale, come back up. What I love about the ball is it helps you on your way up. So inhale, roll down. Exhale, squeeze the ball to bring you back up. Yes, good. 2 more like that. Loving this pace. Good. Last one, halfway down and up. You brighten through your chest, lengthen the neck. Exhale all the way up. Good, yes. And then we're gonna come all the way down. So you can come all the way down this time, but try to still go slow. So to the halfway point, and then just roll down through your vertebrae until your head comes down and you can reach the arms overhead. Let everything get nice and flat. Okay, if you have the ball, you're gonna bring it in between your hands now, but if you don't, no problem. Hands are just gonna reach about shoulder width apart overhead. Let's take an inhale to lengthen the whole body. Point your toes, get any tension out of your hip flexors. Good, and then on an exhale, bring your knees to tabletop. You're just gonna hover, knees right above your hips, shins about parallel to the mat. If you've got the ball, squeeze it. If not, no worries. We're gonna bring our hands on top of your chest. So just reach your hands to the ceiling. Good. All we're gonna do is move the arms for a little bit. So legs are gonna get to hang out here. If you've got the ball, squeeze it. On an inhale, arms come overhead. They don't have to come all the way to the floor. Exhale, squeeze back up. Good, keep moving like that. If you don't have the ball and you're like, ooh, I want a little bit of resistance for the upper body, you could definitely grab your weights here, totally up to you. Either way, just keep moving with your breath. As the arms move, notice if anything is happening in your spine that you can control. So if your low back is finding a big arch and leaving the mat a lot, can you think about squishing it down? Ooh, yes, Sarah grabbed weights. We love it. We're doing one more like that. And then we're gonna add an ab curl. So the next time you exhale, hands to the ceiling, pause. It's gonna be pretty small. I want you to think about lifting your hands towards the ceiling instead of towards your knees. So exhale, little ab curl up towards the ceiling, head comes back down, and then arms come back overhead. All right, so we're keeping it slow so there's no swing, no momentum. Just a little peel up and then back down. Beautiful. If your hips are starting to get grippy, feet can come down. Absolutely no problem. Yes, good. Ooh, Sarah's demoing is so good. She's so slow. You know, you're in a Pilates class when going slow is a compliment. We're gonna do one more like this and then continue to layer on, but if this layer feels the best, stay. Okay, bring your head back down. As the arms come overhead, right leg is gonna toe tap and then come back in. All right, so you can kind of start to add all of these things together. As the arms come overhead, one leg lowers. As everything comes back in, you can add that little ab curl in. But know that these are all optional layers, and it's kind of a choose your own adventure. If there's something else you know that feels better in your body, as long as you're moving with control, with your breath, you're feeling this core burn start to build, then you are good in my books. Are you feeling the core burn, Sarah? Okay. My favorite thing is when I'm teaching a really big in-person class and everyone's acting really calm, really collected. Yeah, but on the inside, they're like screaming. It's the concentration, you know? I love it. Yeah. All right, this is your last one on the left side, just to even it out. We're gonna find our ab curl and hold. All you have to do here is hold this little ab curl, squeeze your ribs in, belly button to spine, breathe for 4. If you've got the ball, squeeze at 3, 2, and 1. Let everything go. Drop your head, drop your feet. Oh, so good. Let's windshield wipe the knees. You can ditch your props for a second and take a breath. All right, when you're ready, we're just gonna roll over to the left. So we're on our left side. If you need to wiggle around to meet us on this side, no worries, take your time. And then let's lay all the way down. You can drop your head onto your arm. Legs are nice and straight in front of you. And if that feels awkward to balance, bring your toes out on an angle to the corner of your mat. All right, all we're gonna do to start is lift your right leg nice and straight up towards the ceiling. Doesn't have to be super high, and then bring it back down. All right, so as much as the side of your bum is gonna wake up, I want you to see if your right obliques can do a little bit of the work to lift this leg. We're not here for too long. Just get used to exhaling to lift the leg and then push your right ribs down. Yeah, let's do 2 more. The next time your leg lifts, hold. Your right hand is out in front of you, so you've got a little bit of balance. We're gonna draw circles with the right toes. So whatever direction you wanna go in first, you'll kind of throw your hips off, so try to keep them still. That's where the core work really comes in here. 4 in this direction, 2, 1, just switch, go the other way. Again, stabilize through your core, hips are as still as possible. Awesome, last 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the right leg, you're gonna bend the knees, come on up into a supported side plank. So you can come up onto your left forearm, left knees, and then lift your right hand up to the ceiling. If you're in the mood, you can grab the ball or a weight in your right hand, but you don't need to. We're gonna inhale here, Exhale, rotate, string your right arm underneath left side body, and then come on back up. So this is one option. I pretty much always do my side planks like this. If you want one leg can straighten, both legs can straighten, you can always come up onto your hands. Or a really good option if this left shoulder doesn't feel so good is to plant your right hand out in front of your left. So you're almost rotating into like a half push-up. So you have a little bit more support. All right, so do whatever you need here. We have 2 more. Last one, you're gonna unwind, hold your side plank, little hip lifts, just 8. Lift them up and down. Squeezing your left ribs up and in this time. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Plant your right hand out in front of you. You're gonna scooch your left knee until it's underneath you. So you're kind of coming up into like a half tabletop. Yeah, so hand and knee, right leg's gonna lengthen, and then right arm comes overhead. Really similar to what we did when we were fully flat. You're just gonna lift your right leg, right arm sweeps until you can tap your thigh, and then reach back up. Good, you can make this a little stretchier if on the way down you kind of wanna stretch for a second. You can relax your head, reach the arm, but then when you come back up, brace right side body. Yeah. Keep going like that, finding your balance here. And if you don't find your balance, no problem, you can come back down onto your hip. Maybe down onto your elbow. Good, 2 more. Last full one, but keep your leg lifted, reach your arm back overhead. You're gonna do a little elbow to knee here. So inhale, lengthen. Exhale, elbow comes into knee in front of you, and then open back up. If it feels better to you to do elbow to knee, like closer to the ceiling, go for it. Whatever angle feels the best. For this one, I like to look down at the floor. Try to be nice to your neck if it's bugging you. We're not in this balance for too much longer. You got 3. How are we doing, Sarah? Good, we love it. 2. Feel free to answer out loud at home too. Last one. We're gonna hold. You can hold here. This will work a little bit more right side body. If you wanna hold a full side plank to finish, that is up to you. I want you to choose that place to hold and stay there. We're just here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come all the way down. Let's switch sides. Good work. Shake out your neck, whatever you need. And then let's lie down to the right. We're gonna repeat that whole thing. And then we are nearing the end of today's workout. Okay, so once you're there, you get to drop your head all the way. Try to relax the neck. Toes are a little bit out in front of you, and then find that straight leg lift with the left. And lower back down. As always, trying to keep this slow, because doing this, it doesn't feel like much. Imagine you've got a resistance band on, and that the lift of the weight of your leg is starting all the way up in your left oblique. Squeeze ribs down and in as you exhale. Sometimes it actually helps to literally bring your hand there, like physically touch the muscles that you want to activate. Oh my gosh, are you? Oh, I read your mind. We're so connected. Even the most experienced Pilates people like Sarah, it is like, oh yeah, there they are. Hello, obliques, wake up. We have 3 more here, and then we'll come into those little circles. Take a quick check-in with your lower abs. Can you think below the belly button pulls in? And then next time your leg lifts, hold. Find those little circles, whichever way you want to go first. Good, and then once you start moving, notice if your hips move too. As still as possible there for 4, 3, 2. Let's go the other way. Switch. Breathe. Find energy in this leg because you only have 4, 3, 2, 1. So good. Let it relax. All right, prop yourself up on your elbow and your knees. Find your side plank whenever you're ready. Left arm to the ceiling, hips nice and high. Good. Pause for an inhale. Exhale. Let's string that arm underneath, rotate the shoulders, and then come on back up. Good. You can move at whatever pace feels nice here, and feel free to adjust to any variation I mentioned before, especially if this shoulder side feels different. You're getting to your last 4. Is there anything that you can do to make this feel stronger, more connected to your breath? Maybe you move slower. Last 2. Last one. Next time you unwind, hold in your side plank. Just 8 little lifts. You got 8. Good. 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Awesome. Come all the way up onto hand and knee. To finish, we'll do those big rainbows with your leg and arm. Whenever you're ready, long line on the left side. On an inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lift up. You can tap your thigh and then come on back. Good. Like I said, if it feels nice to kind of stretch this out when everything is long, you can drop your head, stretch left a bit, and then come back, find that work. No matter how hard we're working in my classes, I still want things to feel good. So take those little moments to enjoy, to lengthen. Bring all those different variations we just did together. So feeling your right obliques, because we're basically in a supported side plank here. Feeling your left obliques work to lift the leg. A little bit of left side booty. We only have 2 more. We'll finish with those elbows to knees. The hard work is almost done. The next time you lift, hold the leg. Reach your arm back overhead. Elbow to knee, you can do it in front of you, or you can do it a little closer to the ceiling. Good. As you move here, let's check in with the right shoulder. Can you push the floor away? Get longer in your neck. Ooh, how are we doing? Yes, she's breathing through it if you didn't hear that. I hope you are too. We have 3, 2, and then we just have 1 final hold, and then the work is done. Last one here, lengthen it out. And then I want you to face your mat, come into any plank you want to finish today's class. I'm gonna come into my forearms. My wrists aren't so happy anymore. So, oh, I forgot, that's okay. Sure, Sarah's holding a side plank to finish. I'm gonna finish like this because my shoulder was bugging me. Anywhere you wanna finish, we're just gonna breathe for 4, and then we're stretching. 3, I want you to feel so proud of all the work you've done today. 2, inhale on 1, exhale, release to the floor. Hold to a child's pose. Really good work. So much fun having you here, Sarah. Yes, we are. We might look calm and collected, but we are red-faced and sweaty. We're gonna come all the way up onto your shins. You can lift your bum up, find a little camel pose, stretch out the fronts of your hips, stretch out the fronts of your shoulders, take a breath in. Exhale, come on up. Let's finish how we started. Come back to a comfortable seated position. We'll do a few side bends, and then I'll let you go. All right, so sit up tall, take an inhale, arms to the ceiling. Exhale, side bend to the right. Really trying to slow your breath down here. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. 1 more time each side. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Good. Inhale, center. We're gonna fold forward this time. Just let everything melt down. Hands come in front of you, head hangs. Maybe give your head a little shake, release any tension from your neck. And just take 1 big breath in. Exhale, roll up to seated, sit up tall. All right, let's take 1 last breath together. Inhale, arms reach up, palms touch overhead. Exhale, hands pull through heart center. I want you to give yourself a little round of applause for all your hard work today. And thank you, Sarah, for helping me out. I hope you'll be seeing lots more of her whenever we have the time to record together. As always, drop me a comment, subscribe, all that stuff, and I'll see you next time.